So,
well, we're here to talk a little bit about what happened to us on December the 18th, 2017. So, I was leading a women's life group at our house, and the ladies and I were in the middle of life group when I got a phone call. And I knew it was an important one because it was from our adoption agency. And Aaron and I had been with a different agency for about 13 months,
13
probably.
months, yeah. We've been doing the classes and going through the path group because we were trying to figure out which path we wanted to go, really, whether it was foster to adopt or straight adoption, and with the adoption, what age group. I mean, we were trying to figure out infant,
and still trying to conceive naturally. So anyway, I got this phone call and I ran to the office and told the office in our house, the little back room, and told the ladies, sorry, I have to take this call. And it was our adoption specialist, Julie. And she has said that our book was chosen. And what that means is potentially adoptive parents create this lookbook about yourselves. And this lookbook's interesting because we had one for the other agency, and when we came to this other agency, Bethany Christian Services, their books are a different size than the ones we'd made. But
they look for like a 8.5 by 11 typical one, and we'd just been with them for less than a month.
Yeah. And I was like, emotionally, I couldn't deal with trying to make another book. So I just told Julie, I said, look, I just can't do it. It's just got to be this book, 8 by 8, whatever it is. And we were very transparent in the book, talking about how we met, talking about just our lifestyle. We just laid it all in there because when we went through our foster training, we looked at some sample books and they were like boring. I mean, really just kind of like, like they were trying to get someone to pick them because they were very safe and mundane and, no imperfections. And we were just kind of like, here, this is how we are.
Here's our pigs. Here's our chickens. This is us riding four-wheelers.
Yeah, it was just raw.
Yeah.
And so, thankfully, Julie saw that we were emotionally where we were and allowed us to stay in that space. Took that book, and I think that's why this book was picked, why we were picked by these birth parents.
Well, we even heard that, too.
Yeah, they told us that. But on the 18th, that's the point of the story, is she said, you've been chosen to be met by these birth parents. They loved your book. And this is out of, I don't know how many, lots of birth parents. And so I said, okay, well, when do we meet them? And she said, tomorrow. I'm like, oh, okay. So I called Aaron and told him what was going on. And I was just super excited. All we knew was that there was, we didn't know, actually, that day we didn't know if there was a baby already born. We didn't know how old. We didn't know anything.
Yeah.
We just knew that there was a child that we could be parents of. Yeah. And so when I told Aaron, I don't know what he was thinking.
Yeah, it was like, wow, when? Because it was just, we'd been waiting for so long. Well, we say long, it was 13 months, but that's long for us. I mean, we've been on such a journey, but it was like, you get there from the 1 month and you get that call and they say, hey, they're ready, you've been chosen. And it's like, when? Tomorrow? Really? And it was just, and I think that's when we found out that it was a baby boy.
No, not yet.
Not yet?
Not till the next day. So this day, we only knew we were going to go meet the birth parents. So that night, when Aaron and I were together, we're like, okay, like our lives could really change. And Aaron thought that it was,
that's right,
that it was a mom who was pregnant with a girl. Like he just had this inclination that that's what it was going to be. And I told him no. I said, the baby's probably already born, and I thought it was a boy. And so that night we were just like giddy, thinking, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? Like, it wasn't guaranteed yet, but at least we had a family that had picked us, that picked our book, and so we had the opportunity to meet them.
Yeah, so the meeting was in regards to just meeting, just because she said that they hadn't chosen us yet. It was just a upfront meet and greet, and to see how things would go. So it was. So
you'll have to wait and see tomorrow what happens next, because we're going to tell you what happened when we met the birth parents and how that all went down. So be sure to check that out with us tomorrow.